Writer Jodi Ann Bickley's life was turned upside down when she was bitten by a tick at festival, aged just 23. Click to share on WhatsApp, opens a new window. Click to share on Facebook, opens a new window. Click to share on Twitter, opens a new window. A young writer who performed at gigs across the UK had to teach herself to write again after being struck down with brain swelling disease encephalitis. Jodi Ann Bickley's life was turned upside down when she was bitten by a tick at festival, aged just 23. We reveal what you need to know about the disease. Encephalitis is a serious condition which causes the sufferer's brain to swell. It can be life-threatening and requires urgent treatment in hospital. Anyone can be affected by the disease, but the very young and elderly are most at risk. A number of medications and injections are capable of calming encephalitis symptoms. Some people are able to make a full recovery, but others will be affected by persistent symptoms as a result of damage to the brain for the rest of their lives. Having up-to-date, complete vaccines for any countries you're traveling to is the best way to prevent encephalitis. According to the NHS website, symptoms can start off flu-like, including a high temperature and headache, but this isn't always the case. More serious symptoms develop over hours, days, or weeks, including if someone has any of these more serious symptoms, dial 999 immediately. It's not always clear what causes encephalitis, but it can be caused by some types of encephalitis or spread by mosquitoes, such as Japanese encephalitis, ticks such as tick-borne encephalitis, and mammals, such as rabies. This particular type is a viral brain infection found in pigs and birds, which is passed to mosquitoes when they bite infected animals. There is currently no cure for the disease, and treatment involves supporting the functions of the body as it tries to fight off the infection. Sufferers will usually be admitted to hospital so they can be given fluids, oxygen and medication. The disease is usually common in rural areas throughout Southeast Asia, the Pacific Islands and the Far East. Around 1 in every 250 people who become infected with Japanese encephalitis develop more severe symptoms as the infection spreads to the brain. This usually happens between 5 and 15 days after infection, and symptoms can include up to 1 in every 3 people who develop these more serious symptoms will die as a result of the infection. Jodi Ann Bickley is an author who used to perform her poems at gigs and festivals all around the UK, introducing stars like Ed Sheeran at her shows. But when she was just 23, Jodi's entire life was turned upside down by a tick bite at festival. The young poet, from King's Heath, Birmingham, was one of the 1 in 200,000 people who developed encephalitis as the result of a bite. Within 3 weeks from being bitten, Jodi's condition resulted in headaches and vertigo, which triggered a devastating stroke. Jodi was left paralyzed down her right side, with the author unable to walk or write anymore. But Jodi refused to give in to her condition and taught herself to write again despite the ongoing side effects of her stroke. Now 28 and suffering from depression, anxiety and new mom, Jodi is determined to brighten up the world in any way she can. She started a project called 1 million